Henry. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pokemon X and Y Weekly. I'm Henry Gilbert.
And I'm Hollander Cooper.
And this week we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's happening on the bottom screen
way down
in
there.
Pokemon X and Y. Down there in that slightly smaller non-3D screen, there's a lot of hot news. The big one we're talking about this week is the new Super Training Mode, which I actually hadn't heard too much about until I started to do some research into it. So, Super Training, so you know how Pokemon have stats, right?
Yes.
Normally you'd bring them up with either combat or you give them a certain item that would up it. But now there's the Super Training Mode, which seems to be a series of mini games that are used to enhance your Pokemon stats. Like, Super Training Mode, as they call it, is, how do they explain it here? It allows players to not increase their Pokemon's level, but instead raise the stats only.
That sounds broken as hell.
Yeah, it almost sounds like, if it's a mini game, like how, if you can keep doing it all the time, they say you can do it whenever you want, just not in battle. Any other time you can just do it. So, I wonder if it, like, tops out at some point, the stats that you can increase. And it's all the stats, like HP, attack, speed, all that stuff.
Maybe there's just like maybe you can only go 10% above your character ever. So in level, like if they have, you can go up 1 point when they have 10 points, and when they have 100 points in it, you can go up to 110. But you can never go higher than a certain percentage. Otherwise, you would just sit there and buff your stats forever and have like an unbeatable army of Gengars.
Yeah, I feel like you just have at tournaments, everyone have just 999 every stat, just because they played the mode endlessly. But so the one of the, I don't think they definitely haven't shown every mini game in the mode, but the one they showed was Super Training Regimens. The one they showed in the game in screens looked like it was soccer. Like it was soccer, but against a giant, one-on-one soccer against a giant blue balloon of Geodude. And so you're like trying to get soccer balls beyond him. It seemed very strange to me. But it said you'll fight against giant balloon Pokemon, so I don't think it's always going to be just the Geodude.
I sure hope it is.
Well, he'd be terrible at soccer because he has no legs.
Yeah,
he's just arms.
Well, but he doesn't. Well, he doesn't. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he can headbutt with the best of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what his tactic is.
But how's he going to dribble the ball or whatever they do in soccer? I don't know.
Just headbutt it a bunch of times.
The equivalent of dribbling in soccer.
He looks more like a soccer ball than he does like a soccer player.
That's also true. And so the other ones they talk about are core training, which sounds like your Pokemon go against, like, they say training bags, which I guess they mean like speed bags and punching bags to up their attack and stuff, which on the bottom touchscreen, maybe it's just like the stylus and you like tap in time to punching in
like Elite Beat Agents, kind of?
Kind of, yeah, except with cute Pokemon. Though if your Pokemon doesn't have arms, like, do they just like hit the bag with their face all the time or
Probably.
something?
That's what I do.
Or like Scyther.
On account of my lack of arms.
Scyther would just tear apart the bag his first time. He'd be all like Wolverine, snickety snick.
And Mewtwo would just think and the bag would be no more.
Just think really hard at it.
Yeah, and it would just disappear and then the world would end.
Well, and so the way you check it is in the last big part of it is the effort-o-meter. It reminds me of like all these other games with stats and stuff where it has like your core stats and then it just kind of grows outward based on your thing until it's like a big green blob moving in different directions. But it's how you keep track of all your stats and stuff. And
I'm wondering if this is just replacing effort values. Like, maybe because that's what effort values do. Like EV training your Pokemon is all about. I mean, why else would they use the word effort? But it's all about doing like some weird under the hood stuff that you could never really see before to raise your character's stats. Maybe this is just the newbie's guide to EV training.
Yeah, maybe you're right. They're just moving it up to the surface level where, like, look, don't worry about all the behind the scenes stuff.
Don't worry about fighting nothing but Snorlaxes for 16 hours because you want to have more hit points on your Wailord.
You can just do this here in this to max it out if you want to spend the time playing goofy mini games. But I do like that it's to add. I like the mini games they added to Black and White and also Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But they didn't always have like a point or that great a reward. So I like they're tying in some more rewards to it. All right, so before we go, what I'd like to see answered by you folks out there. What other weird Poke Sports-related mini games would you like to see in the training mode? I would like to see synchronized swimming. That'd be nice.
Going to go with Poke Paintball.
Oh, I like that. Instead of throwing Pokeballs, they throw paintballs at each other.
And then they end up getting like welted, and then they promise they're never going to do it again. But if they do it again, they're going to buy their own mask because the rental ones suck. That's pretty much what I hope it's like.
In answers to last week when we asked like what shiny rare Pokemon would you like to see given away at a GameStop or some other type place, Twins Play Night said shiny Thundurus. Any of those weird like thunder gods from Black and White, like them as a shiny would be kind of neat. I like those guys, though. They were totally just another thing of like Japanese mythology. Just put him in there. Like, then Ray's Johnny said shiny Ho-Oh, which I definitely agree with. Ho-Oh is one of my favorites. And then Joe's Vanderkreeft says shiny Victini, which I think, in a shiny form he could only be cuter.
It's almost impossible to make Victini cuter.
I'd find a way.
Yeah.
All right, so answer that in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page if you haven't yet, and we got a lot of other great shows to watch. And until next time, Pokemon X and Y Weekly out! Hey everybody, this is Pikachu. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Super Smash Bros. Wii U Weekly right there.
Kill me.
Or you can find Star Wars Battlefront 3 Weekly right here.
I'm sick. Pika, Pika.
And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to us down there.